everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the monthly reads for December, and I'm going to be reading for my lovely Cancers. And as promised, Cancer, in the earlier VT I did about I was going to actually create an individual tarot card so I can add it on to the end of the reading to get some spirit messages from this card that I'm going to make for you now. So without further ado, I'm just going to get a base colour on this card to start with, Cancer. And as you're a lovely water baby, I am going to do the base coat for you, my lovelies, with the blue. So I'm just going to start with blue for you. Okay, so I'll just put some blue on here, and we'll just start with a base coat then for my lovely Cancers. Okay, I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to wipe that clean, Cancer, and then we can start to build up on the colours so we can get your individual message on your own personal made tarot card. So then, my lovely Cancer, just add some more colours to this now. So I'm going to go with red, and we'll have some yellow, and we'll have some green. I'll have a little bit of pink dotted here and there, and I will put a little bit of white as well. So then, Cancer, let's have a look what we've got for you. So if we can have some messages for my lovely Cancers, please, for the month of December. I'm just going to add another colour in there because the green has predominantly taken over there, my lovelies. So that means to me that you need healing, Cancer. But I'm just going to add some orange, and we'll have some more of that nice magenta pink to make it pop, and we'll have a bit more yellow. I'm just going to add this on now to add some depth in for you, Cancer, and that will do for me. So Cancer, I'm going to allow this card to dry, okay, and then I will use it at the end of the reading to get some further messages from out of the card for you. Hi my lovelies, so welcome back, because the art cards that I did for you have now dried. Okay, so we have got that there. And as I was explaining, if you are new to my channel, welcome to you. And I'm going to be doing the monthly reads, and I'm going to be reading now for the lovely water babies of Cancer. The monthly reads, guys, I use a collection of different decks, so I will put the names of those in the description box below. And I always premeditate when I do my monthly reads, because that allows me then to do my little bit of poetry at the end. So without further ado, Cancer, I'm going to get straight into the reading then for you for the month of December. I'm just going to move these two cards out the way and come back to those in a short while. And then we'll have a look at what's in store for you. So the card that was coming out for you, Cancer, for December, to concentrate on, it's saying sensitivity. Okay, we also had coming apart and rescue. So I'm going to start with these three cards. Now again, if you're new to my channel, I do try and do a collective read as a general, and then I recap back from the start later on, and then I'll look at it from a love aspect where possible. So going into December, Cancer, this is about your own energy, and I do feel it's about you being sensitive. There's certain things that have been happening around you in the last couple of months made you feel quite vulnerable. I feel for some of my Cancers out there, where you've literally wanted just to hide away, just blend into the background. You don't really want to, you know, make much contact with people. I just feel it's a time, Cancer, for healing for you. A lot of things have happened as well in the last 11 months, because when we come to December, I always look at it as though we've survived, guys. We've survived another, you know, year of ups and downs, trials and tribulations. And I do feel, as I say, you coming into December, then you are sort of looking back on everything that you've had to deal with and just putting everything under the microscope, so that when you do go into the new year, you don't repeat old habits, patterns, and you've absolutely cleared away anything that doesn't serve you when you go into 2020, because this is why it's such a sensitive feeling with you that I'm picking up going into December. And from here, as you can see, this card just like is saying, I just want to blend into the background. Don't really want to be on show in front of anybody. It's basically to say, you know, just leave me alone, because with the coming apart, okay, on the collective, that is you, literally, I feel. If you can imagine, okay, if I can explain to you, we start in January, we pick up a piece of a jigsaw, okay, and it's the first piece of that jigsaw for that new year. And as we go into every month, we pick up pieces, they fit in as we go along. So when we get to the start of December, you are looking at that jigsaw puzzle and literally thinking, I need to take that apart, because going into January, there's elements of that what have hurt you, okay, whether that's in relationships. There's elements of that where there's people around you that you didn't trust, friendships that you need to break off and get rid of, okay? This is where the coming apart is, I feel, is on the general collective. And then with the rescue card, again, it just mimics, I think, this card here, because where she's blending round, you know, into the background here, coming into December, this is just stating, you know, you need to rescue yourself, Cancer. This is what I'm saying. You are literally coming out of a dark tunnel as well, and you're on the edge, because I just feel it's showing the edge where you've got to the end of this year, and you're just, you know, it's like you've, as I said, I just feel like you're going to have a purge, okay, a complete purge on everything that no longer serves you, so that when you come out of that dark tunnel from 2019, because I do feel for some of my Cancers that it hasn't been an easy ride, guys. So you're actually literally coming out feeling less burdened, I want to say, and then you can just see, you know, clearly for when you step into January with a brand new slate, okay? So this is what I'm feeling on the collectives then, going into December, that you literally feel quite sensitive. And as I say, you're putting 2019 under the microscope. You're literally taking apart the jigsaw puzzle that you've built up in the last 11 months. Where, again, here, it's just with this person showing back to back here. It's like protection. You need to protect yourself, Cancer. And you've realised this, okay? You've realised this, I believe, in the month before. And to a point where you could have even, you know, had to have time off work, literally for, you know, you've literally been a trooper, okay? Where you've just railed road through everything. But I feel last month you had to put the brakes on. You literally had to put the brakes on and think, no, I need to rescue me, okay? I need to rescue me now. I've been doing too much. I've been, you know, doing too many things, juggling too many things. And this is the message I get for the collective. That it's literally under the microscope, especially there on where he's, you know, looking through a long telescope. It's about observing you, okay? It's about observing you, Cancer, going into December. And as I say, going through things and sorting out what no longer serves you. So then we had Complicated, okay? Complicated came out with cycles. And again, it's just saying here, because you've had to take things apart, because you have overcomplicated areas, Cancer, of your life. literally boxed yourself in. I feel some cancers have as well, with too much responsibility, because I feel that some of you out there, you know, have literally been run ragged as well, where, you know, you've had to step up the plate to care for people who are not well in your family. You've had to take on more responsibility in your work, because it's easy for you to have said, yeah, go on then, yeah, I'll sort that out. Oh yeah, no worries, I'll sort that out. You've literally complicated your life, and I just feel the walls, you feel yourself, the walls were closing in. Okay, the walls are closing in on you, and it's saying you are literally, as I said, with the rescue card, you know that you've got to rescue yourself and not to repeat these cycles going into the new year, Cancer. Okay, so that's why these cards have come out for you, my lovelies. So let's carry on with the reading. And what else have we got? We've got the Sun and the Four of Water. Now the Sun, to me, here, because she stands on it, like it's like decking. Okay, it's like bare floorboards, right? So basically here again, it's going literally taking up the carpet, literally throwing out and going back to basics. That's what I want to say. Literally going back to bare floorboards that you need to be ready to step out on in the new year. Okay, because there's darkness on the bottom of this card as well, and this is what I'm feeling that some of my cancers have literally in the last couple of months have, you know, felt the anxiety, literally the complications on your life. And it's saying you need to address this, but to know, my lovelies, okay, to know that when you step into January 2020, then it is going to be a brand new beginning, and you will get your energy back, guys. Allowing yourself time, okay, allowing yourself the rescue time. Now I want to say, as we can see here, the Sun is behind this person. Okay, yeah, these always look to me like flowers that are about on the turn to die. So this is what I feel is the element of the year that you're leaving behind. And to know that with a cleansing as well, because there's like light radiating here from the solar plexus, okay, and because you've done your healing and you've given yourself that rest, and you've literally picked apart elements where you think, no, I'm not going to be taking that on, that's, you know, I'm not having that responsibility, and know that it allows the sunshine literally to come back into your life, because I do feel that some of my cancers out there have really struggled. And as I said, you've been very sensitive, very, very sensitive to people, and you'd rather have shut the door and not socialise as well, okay? But just know that as you go into December, you're going to work through this, because I know you've been doing the work in November, guys, okay? And literally the Four of Water here is the key elements in your life that you're holding, okay? Once you've done this under the microscope of things where you need to deal with before you go into the new year, just know then the key elements you're holding on to is all that you need to go into January 2020. So it allows you to breathe as well, because I do feel with the water element here, you felt like you were drowning, literally couldn't breathe, literally overcomplicated your life so much, okay? But I do feel as well that you actually put rigid patterns in yourself, guys. You were too hard on yourself, that's what I want to say. Some of you were literally too hard on yourself, on your work ethic, you know, just burning the candle at both ends, trying to juggle too much, okay? Trying to juggle too much. And you know, it's saying here, you're releasing that as you go into 2020, and you're just keeping the key important elements around you, okay, as we go into the new year. So I'm just going to open this up a little bit further, and we've got Imagine, okay, and to be fair. Now, to be fair is about balance, okay? So we've got the scales here. It's a bit like the Libra sign. But as we can see on the top as well, I don't know whether you can see on the top of this person's head, there's an L. And it's an L to me is about knowledge, being knowledgeable yourself, okay? So basically you have addressed, you were aware the problems that you were actually feeling, to a point of where it could have affected your health as well, Cancer. You know, where just juggling too much has literally debilitated you as well. You know, as I said previously at the start of the reading, where you've literally had to put a sick note in and say, no, you know, I'm worn out. Okay, so allowing you to have this time to rescue you, my lovelies, it gets the balance back, and it's to be fair on you. Okay, that's the message, to be fair on you, my lovelies. So with the Imagine card here, literally pulling on your emotions, because there's a string attached to this moon here, and it's just shining a spotlight on your emotions, and you're just hanging on, and like I say, I do feel some of you have been feeling like that. Literally, you know, I'm just about barely hanging on here because of all the pressures that I feel that some of my Cancers have been under recently. Okay, but just to know that you are going to get the balance back in and understand. You're going to get a grip on your emotions. That's what I want to say. That's that card now, because there's a line towing on the moon. It's about getting a grip on your emotions, and while you do that and nurture yourself, then you would get balance back in. You would feel more balanced in yourself if you can get your emotions in tow. Okay, and then we have the Have Fun card, my lovelies. It says, stop. When was the last time you had fun? When was the last time you took a chance and did something silly, something totally unlike you, something just for the joy of it? It's long overdue for you to let go of your analytical mind and give yourself and your soul permission to have fun. Okay, so that goes back to this complicated card here, because as I said to you earlier in the reading, it's like you've literally programmed, I want to say program now, literally programmed yourself that you were, some of my Cancers out there were literally in this every day, a rigid routine. I've got to do this, I've got to sort that out, I have to do this, I have to do that, and I do this. And this is where I feel your life was literally, you felt like a robot, Cancer, I want to say now. You literally have felt like a robot over the last couple of months, and it hit you. It really did hit you, and you just thought, it was like somebody, it's like you literally put the brakes on the car. You literally just did a handbrake turn and turned the car around thinking, whoa, hang on a minute, literally come to a stop and thought, no, what am I doing? What am I doing to myself? Okay, and you have put the whole of your life under the microscope, and like I say, going into December, or if you're going into December now and you're realising what I'm saying to you will make you think, well, actually, yeah, she's talking sense here. This is what I need to be doing. Because I do feel some of my Cancers out there, if you've stumbled on this reading today, my lovelies, there's aspects of your life that you've overcomplicated, okay? And you need to get that message to be fair to you and get the balance back in your life, okay? So I'm just going to scoot back now to the start, and I'm going to look at this because I know some of you like to have the romantic elements in a reading. So I'm just going to scoot back along here, and we'll look at this reading from a romantic point of view. So my lovelies, if we go back to the start, sensitivity. So Cancer, some of you are going into December with, I do feel, relationship issues here. The coming apart here. It could mean a couple of things here, right? So I'm going to try and cover all aspects on the romantic, what these cards are going to link into me for, right? First of all, I do feel that some of my Cancers out there going into December have realised that a relationship is no longer serving you, okay? Because of the person sitting up here. Now, it's not gender specific, this could be male or female that I'm addressing. Because this image here, it's like you need to be true to yourself. You are sitting there thinking, this relationship is not working for me anymore, okay? Or you are feeling and sensing that your partner or whoever you're with, you're thinking, I feel like we're growing apart, okay? I feel like this relationship is completely growing apart, and you know this, okay? You can sense this. And as I said, it's either you're thinking it about your partner and thinking, I really don't think this is working, I can sense we are drifting apart. Or on the other flip side, it's you thinking, am I reading the signals right here? I hardly see them anymore. They don't seem to have any interest in me. And there's little warning signs, okay? And it's, I do feel as well, looking at the balloon here with the person looking through a telescope, some of you on the romantic have realised as well. Now, you've either been told by a third party that your partner has been having an affair behind your back, okay? And in that instance, it is then you have to put into place a rescue plan about rescuing yourself out of this relationship, okay? So then if we move along with the other cards, let's have a look what we got here. The cycles and the complicated on a romantic message link here, okay? Because if you are feeling that you no longer want to be in this relationship, okay, and you felt like you've just been there and it's just like you're just going through the motions of for quite some time, I feel that I may be talking to a Cancer, and it could be just one of you, where you have known you've been in a relationship and it is complicated because there might be kids involved, young children, and you're thinking, you know, do I really want to split up a family? And you're thinking of the kids, okay? So you've been going round and round in cycles, whatever element it is where the complication is that has stopped you. Okay, so you've just gone round and you've just stayed in a relationship that you know in deep in your hearts of hearts that you really no longer serves you, but because of an element of that relationship, whether it's because you're fearful, you know, you could have been with this person a long time and you're thinking, oh wow, if I drop the bombshell, it's going to be dropping a bomb and the whole family's going to be split up, and then I've got to think of the kids, and then your in-laws and everything else, and so it's been easier just to keep it under wraps and go through the emotional cycle and hide everything in Cancer. Okay, like I say, this is not going to resonate with everybody, but this is just what I'm feeling on the romantic. But just to say here, okay, because if I continue with that scenario of where somebody I feel has just been going through the motions and just juggling this relationship, okay, just trying to keep a balance, keep it going, but because of the Four of Water, again with the sense of drowning, you feel like you're drowning in this relationship and towing on your own emotions as well. Okay, pulling on your own, holding on to, trying to hold onto your emotions about the whole situation. But then the message for the romantic is saying, okay, my lovelies, you're in a relationship, doesn't matter how long you've been with this person, you have to sit there and weigh up the positive and the negative. And if you're in this relationship and you're thinking, when was the last time I had some fun? When was the last time we had some fun? When was the last time I felt like we could laugh together? Okay, and this is what's going to come under the microscope, because with the sun here on a relationship link here, it's saying your relationship hasn't felt like the sun's been shining. It's very much felt like bare floorboards, no love there, okay, with the dying flowers here, because I always think like the flowers are just about to start to fold in. This is what I'm feeling on the romantic, and it's saying now you need to question this, Cancer. You need to question this and get it under the spotlight and think to yourself, hang on a sec, do I carry on being unhappy? Is this going to be fair to me? Is it going to be fair to my partner? Because at the end of the day, okay, yeah, relationships do break down. People do get divorced. People do part ways, because along the way we outgrow one another, and that is part of life. We meet people sometimes, we get married, we get together, we stay together, we have children. That served a purpose. You had to be with that person maybe to create those children, okay? It doesn't mean to say that 5, 6, 8, 10 years down the line, you could think, well, actually, we've served our purpose there. We brought up 2 brilliant kids. But just because we've done that element doesn't mean to say we're tied at the hip for the remainder of our 10 or 20 years. Because I tell you now, the universe works in a very, very funny way. And it can be devastating if you are the victim, okay? If I'm talking to a victim here who's sitting there thinking, I know my partner's not happy in this relationship, but they're fearful in stepping up to tell me, okay? And as heartbreaking as that could be, just know it's about this being fair to you, being fair to them, and knowing if it was to dissolve or you were to split, then for both of you, there is something better along your life's journey, okay? So this is the message I'm feeling on the romantic side then, not to lose you all. I feel there's an element, as I said, on here, going into December, where there is a sensitive issue about a relationship, and it's either somebody's feeling it, that they feel the relationship's growing apart. As I said, they're sitting there thinking, I don't see them, we don't do anything in that sense. And on the other side is they're feeling it, the person who's tied into the relationship, thinking, how do I tell this person I've been with for the last 5 years that I no longer love them? And you're just going around these repeated cycles, trying to juggle and not dropping a bombshell. At the end of the day, I can't make that decision for you. That is up to you, okay? But I'm just saying, or trying to say to you, this is what I'm feeling from these cards today, my lovelies. So what I'm going to do now is move on to the card that I actually made for you, Cancer. And this card I treat very much like the tea leaves. So this is the first time I've looked at it since it's dried. So you have to bear with me while I just have a look into this card and see what I can feel. Now then, as I said to you at the very, very start of the reading, there's a lot of you who have, excuse me, there's a lot of you who have literally wanted to step back, blend into the background. And if we look at the theme of this card, it is quite dark, okay? But then we have an opening here, which I feel is you going to be stepping out. As we get into the end of 2019, just know this shows that rescue card here, literally just coming out of that dark tunnel here, and this is that portal. If you can imagine you coming out of this, okay, and then this is what you'll be going into the lighter aspect of it, guys. So that's just the overall energy that I pick up from the card, that you have really been, I do feel, really dark. You've had some really dark thoughts, Cancer. Some of my Cancers out there have really had some dark thoughts recently, okay? So let me have a look what we've got here. Some of you are literally, if we look here, there's a prominent cross, okay? Now, these either symbol as like shears, literally like shears, where you're actually cutting ties with people or elements of your life that no longer serve you. And also I feel it's a crossroads, okay? I feel like there's a crossroads here coming into the end of December where you're going to have to decide. Now this could be tied in with everything that I've covered in this reading today, but I just see, like, I'd actually literally see hairdressing scissors as well. So that could be a message here. I'm going to throw it in, that some of you could have actually qualified or got a job in landing a job or starting a job with hairdressing, because I've literally got hairdressing scissors Or as I said, it could be shears on the other sense of literally cutting things out of your life that no longer serve you, or coming to a crossroads where you have got to make a decision on a certain thing in which direction to go. So that's one thing that I'll pick up there, okay? Let's have a look what else we got here. Okay, I also see some Cancers here who may be thinking of moving, and I've got a lovely, it's obviously weird this is, because I can see it as plain as day. Here, I feel like I've got some Cancers who'll be going to view a property, and when you're being shown round, and I feel like it's got quite some nice gardens in this property. It's not small. It's a nice biggish property, but there's like when you're being shown round, they'll show you a secret. It's like all I can imagine. It's like there's like shrubbery around an old wooden door, and it's like it opens up, and it'll come into another part of that garden, and it's absolutely beautiful. And I can just see some of you, whoever this is relating to, being shown around a property, lovely gardens, okay? And then they'll say, oh yeah, by the way, there's an old gated door here, and you can hardly see it because it's overgrown. And they actually open it, and you think, wow, look at the view. That, you know, the next part of it's like a hidden garden, like a secret garden, I want to say, okay? So again, that's not going to resonate with everybody, but I just see that element of it there. Let's have a look what else we've got going on, my lovelies, in this card. Okay. Okay. Down here, I've got news of somebody going to be told that having twins. I can see twins here, okay? It's not going to resonate with everybody, obviously, but I just see the announcement, and I do feel it's a boy and a girl. Not the same sex either. I just see that there's going to be some news of that somebody's going to be receiving about twins, okay? That they're having twins. So that's interesting as well. Let's have a look what else we got here. What else I can pick up from this card. I love looking into these cards. It's just like another world. Just hold it back a bit. And it's weird, you know, because when I've done the recordings and I look back, I think, oh, I can see that in there, because you could honestly, you can go for hours looking at these things. Okay, wow, that's nice news for somebody. Right, I've got a star here, an award, okay? So some of my Cancers are going to be presented, and I feel like I want to say double star. I don't know why I want to say double star, but I just feel that whether it's in a work collective where you've gone out on a night out and you get awards for different things that you've achieved in your business or what have you. But I can just see either it's going to be an award given you, or even if it's just on a piece of paper and it's got stars on. But I just see somebody being presented with a trophy or an award or an achievement that you've gained within your workplace. So that's quite a nice thing to be looking forward to, Cancer. Let's have a look what else we've got going on here. Okay. Right, okay. That's strange. I'm going to turn that upside down because I can just see a symbol of an anchor here. Okay, this here coming down here is a symbol of an anchor. Now this could be two things. It could be an actual symbol in a message saying you need to get some grounding back in your life, get your balance, which obviously reflects on the reading. But I can also feel like that some of you may be going away Christmas on a cruise because of having the anchor there. Like it's massive. I just feel it's a massive anchor. So it could be to do with a trip, okay, where some of you are actually going away at Christmas, and I can see an anchor, okay, around boats. So take that as you like for that bit. And let's have a look what else we've got here. See if I can find anything else before I move on. Oh wow, oh man, I love it when I see things like this. And I'm not going to try and show you, but I don't know whether you can because I lose the light when I bring it in. I've got an engagement ring, and it's a solitaire engagement ring here, and I do feel then that somebody's going to have be proposed to in the month of December, and that is it's just twinkling there to me, and I can just, it looks like a solitaire ring, okay, just in this little part here. So somebody is going to be proposed to as well. So that's what I'll get out the card. I am going to put it down because otherwise I'll just talk for England, and I'll just keep looking into it. See, I can't put it down now I've said that. That's weird because I've got the fleur-de-lis sign here. You know the fleur-de-lis sign, what they do for the, is it the Prince of Wales Trust, or where kids go on different things and they get awards for the Prince, I think it's the Prince of Wales Trust. It's like the three feathers, if you know what I mean. But I do feel then one of my cancers will be proud of their child or children that would have also won something to do with the Prince of Wales Trust. Now I think that is just in the UK. I'm not sure. Don't take me for that. But I just see the fleur-de-lis symbol. Okay. So again, take that as you will. Okay, my lovelies. And I'm just going to quickly, before I do put it down. So. Oh wow. See what I mean? I've picked something else up in here now, and I want to say it's this looks like a religious building here. It's it looks like either a church or a mosque, but it's absolutely beautiful, and I do feel it's abroad. This is, so I do feel there's some kind of special ceremony that's going to be held, but I want to say mosque, I want to say temple. Okay, I just want to say temple here, and I know, like, obviously different religions don't celebrate Christmas, do they? But I just feel here that there's somebody, now whether this is on a holiday link again, you know, because I had the anchor, didn't I? I had the anchor here, so whether it's somebody who's going to be visiting an Asian type country where you'll get a tour to, you know, or an India, you know, going to India. It looks like the Taj Mahal, do you know what I mean? That to me there, and obviously you're not going to be able to see this like I can, but I just feel that's like where Lady Diana sat outside, and I'm sure it was the Taj Mahal. But it looks like that kind of a building. So again, I'll leave that with you, and I'm going to put this down now before I carry on. Smack my hands. Right then, so what I'm going to do now is read you my little bit of poetry, okay? And for you, Cancer, I put, as the year draws to an end, you pick the past apart. Set patterns and cycles have boxed you in. Now it's time to start to feel the sun upon your face, resurface and breathe. Weigh up your options, balance your life so that it will leave time for you to have some fun instead of all work and no play. 2020 for you, my friend, will bring far more happier days. And it will, my lovelies, either on the collective or the romantic. I know you've got some big decisions to make, okay, but it's all about, my lovelies, to get this to be fair to you, okay. I'm gonna put that over there. To be fair to you, get your balance back so that you can start living again and having fun for you, okay. Because that card, I'm going to read it again because I love these words. It says, stop. When was the last time you had fun? When was the last time you took a chance and did something silly, something totally unlike you, something just for the joy of it? It's long overdue for you to let go of your analytic mind and give yourself and your soul permission to have fun. Because, Cancer, the whole message here is, and I'm going to go back to this card now if I can grab hold of it, you have got to rescue yourself. Literally take your life or romantic issues apart. You need to break old cycles. You need to uncomplicate your life, okay? You need to feel the sun again on your life and not feel like you're in the darkness. And by doing all of that, my lovelies, you are being fair to you. You are getting balance in your life. You've held on to these emotional ties, okay? Tugging on your own emotions here for too long. you need to get this balance back in, be fair to you, and then allow the sun to come in and have fun. Because I feel quite emotional now. Okay, I feel quite emotional because I do feel there's some cancers out there who literally shut the door on a night time and they do break down, and I'm just getting really oversensitive, and this really affects me sometimes, guys. I'm not putting it on, I just get away. I'm just feeling the feelings of how some of you guys have been feeling for the last couple of months, and some of your nearest and dearest, okay, especially on the romantic, when you've been, you know, hanging on to this this relationship that you've been in, and you feel like you're dying inside. I want to say you feel like you're dying inside, and I'm getting quite upset now. So I'm going to breathe, and just focus, let that go, because I'm picking up on somebody's strong emotions there, and I just need to let that go. So yeah. So it's not going to resonate with everybody, but I hope some of you can pick up on that. And I am going to rattle my little charms, she says, okay, because it is Christmas, and I wanted to pull out a little charm for you to tie up this reading. Okay, let me just wipe these little bit of tears, because I did feel then for somebody quite strong then. Let's have a look then, Cancer. Let's have a look what's going on with you, my lovelies. So yeah, we have what we got here. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's have a look. Oh, I've had this out for quite a few people. Now look, I'm going to show you. Look, I have literally, I'm going to prove this as well. Right, look at all these, okay? Look at all these charms that I could have pulled out for you, okay? And I've just dropped one on the floor, but I'll pick that up in a bit. And I've had this out for about 3 people. And it's a lovely charm I call the perambulator. I think it was Libra. Libra had this as well. Basically, okay, the pram. I always look at the pram about the universe is scooping you up, okay, and bundling you into a pushchair or a pram. And it's pushing you along, guys. It's pushing you along without you knowing. And that's when I said in that card that I did, I saw a crossroads, didn't I? So some of you will be facing a crossroads, but I also look at it as a rebirth. You know, going into 2020, it's a new year. And because you've got so much work to do and so much clearing to do of cutting those things that no longer serve you, it's as though you are going to be reborn in 2020, because you're not going to allow the repeated cycles that I read in this reading for you to keep you in this sad state that I've picked up in and got quite emotional on, as you know. So that there, my lovelies, is just saying, know that you are being pushed along to a better, you know, you are going to come out of this feeling a lot better and feeling energised as well for the first time, because I don't feel like you've had any energy either, Cancer. But it's just saying there, the universe is literally bundling you into the pushchair and pushing you along, thinking, well, if you know, I need to sort of give them a helping push along to get this sorted out, and this is what you'll be facing, I feel. So Cancer, I hope you can take something away from that reading. It was quite emotional for me towards the end. I did feel, even if it's just for one person, I was literally picking up their energies, whoever that was, and it did get to me a little bit. So, but whatever you're doing for Christmas and whatever you're doing for the new year, I hope you have a fabulous time with your family and your friends. I want to put a big thank you and a big shout out for all those who've subscribed so far, because I've only been on here since the end of June, as you know. I hope that we can grow more as we go into 2020. And I just want to put a big shout out there. Love you all, and have a fabulous Christmas and a Happy New Year. Take care then. Bye.